on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD PHINS TALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Tua Tagovailoa is done. The Miami Dolphins are turning on him. This is what I believe, and I'm going to explain it to you all in just a moment. Before we dive all the way in, make sure you hit that like button and let everybody know that we are live right now here. And we're going to do more morning shows like this before the midday and get you caught up on the latest Miami Dolphins news. But punch that like button. Special salute to all the new subscribers to the channel. Added like 150 people yesterday. So salute to every single one of you all. 33,650 subs right now and continuing to grow. We're going to get to that 35,000 mark before the end of the season. I believe it. All right. But yes, man, this is also brought to you by Sleeper. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100 using code TD PHINS. All right. Take advantage of that opportunity. Sleeper isn't just for your picks. You also have fantasy football and everything. I mean, they have almost everything on Sleeper. So make sure that you go check it out. All right. Get in the game. But let's dive right in, ladies and gentlemen, to what I believe is the end of the Tua Tagovailoa era. if you're a huge Tua Tagovailoa fan, I think it's very important for you to cherish these last games with the Miami Dolphins. I am truly convinced that Tua Tagovailoa's last year with the Miami Dolphins is this year, regardless of the financial implications. After what happened yesterday in the last several weeks, it is very evident that everything is going to start to shift on Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not so sure about Mike McDaniel, okay? There's multiple reasons why. First and foremost, want to go ahead and share this one with you all. All right, matter of fact, let's do it in these terms here. All right, so here we have it. Barry Jackson is reporting this. He says, when I've asked a Ross associate why no changes, he cited the owner wanted to give McDaniel Grier a fair amount of time to turn this around. Yesterday and previous weeks did not qualify, in his view, as reasons to change from that approach. Who knows what will? Okay, I'll answer that for you. I'll tell you what will. What's going to happen is Stephen Ross is giving Grier and McDaniel the ultimate opportunity to turn this around. What does that mean? That means you better win this year. And yeah, you're 1-6, but you're not eliminated. So I'm going to give you every opportunity. Maybe you go out there and go 9-0. Maybe you go 10-0, 9-1, or whatever it may be, and you turn it around. But you're going to be given the fair opportunity. But once you hit that lucky number of 9 losses, once you hit that dreadful number of 9 losses, it's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. They will make the changes. They will make the changes. So what does that mean? You play the Atlanta Falcons this week. Probably going to lose. You might win, I don't know, but you're probably going to lose. You just got to 7. Then who do you play? Washington or Buffalo? Let me look that up. Let me make sure I know the very next game. Yeah, so you got the Falcons. Oh, man, even worse. And it's on a short week. Then you have the Ravens, and Lamar should be back then. That's tough right there. Falcons on Sunday, turn around to the Ravens on Thursday. You rest on Monday. Tuesday, you get the game plan and all of that walkthrough stuff. Tuesday, you're probably practicing. And Wednesday, walkthroughs. Thursday's the game. Short turnaround. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that also the trade deadline? NFL trade deadline 2025. And that would be November the 4th. November the 4th. I'm telling you all now what could happen if the Miami Dolphins lose to the Falcons and the Ravens and they start out 1-8. That's when you're going to see some firings. You're going to see firings at that point. And right after that Thursday night football game, you might have a firing of some sort on that Friday. And when they fire them on Friday, they're going to be unloading players Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They're going to be unloading players right before the trade deadline. So when you're hearing from Barry Jackson talk to somebody close to Ross, and the message is McDaniel and Grier, they want to give them a fair amount of time to turn this around. The fair amount of time is 2 more weeks. If you go 1-8, there ain't no more turning this around. If you go 1-8, there ain't no more turning this around. That's it. That's when you ain't turning it around at that point. And a change will be made. Now, What does this have to do with Tua Tagovailoa? Well, Mike McDaniel is already shifting. Mike McDaniel is already distancing himself from Tua Tagovailoa, if you ask me. They asked the question in the press conference the other yesterday about, the turnovers in Tua, and Mike McDaniel said, if you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, which Tua is, it's become a routine now. The man has 10 interceptions in 7 games. In one of those games, he didn't throw any interceptions, which was the one that we won. So 10 interceptions within 6 games. That's literally more than 1.5 per game. You can bank on Tua throwing 1.5 picks per game. So McDaniel made it clear, if you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, I don't have a choice but assess a different player. And people aren't looking at it this way, but Tua got benched yesterday. It was 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, it's easy for people to say, yeah, but we wouldn't have came back. He got benched because Mike McDaniel said these words. These are words that mean he had to assess another player, and that was Quinn Ewers. Y'all think it's coincidence that right before the game, they named Quinn Ewers the number 2? They elevated Quinn Ewers the day before the game and said, you're the number 2 now. Zach Wilson is the number 3 emergency quarterback. Yeah, there's reports he's been doing better in practice, but I'm sorry, that's not how it works. That's a low-key sign right there that they already figured out what was coming. And you know why? Because Mike McDaniel's been watching that film of Tua every week. He's been watching that film of Tua every week, and he's starting to realize ain't nothing we can do about this. He just ain't the guy. I'm telling you, they're realizing that now. Mike McDaniel realizes that now. I have never in my life heard Mike McDaniel do what he just did on the podium about Tua Tagovailoa. He has always protected Tua, made excuses, everything. And for the first time, did y'all hear his press conference when he said 2 of those interceptions? I'm sorry. They were just on Tua. Those were bad plays, bad decisions. He said it. And then he said, if you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, I don't have a choice but assess a different player. They benched him and said, Quinn, you're up. Let's see what you got. Let's start evaluating. They were evaluating Quinn Ewers. Why do you think they went for it on 4th down in their own territory? They knew it wasn't no coming back. Because if that was the case, that's even more proof Tua got benched. Because you're still trying to win? No, they are now in evaluation mode of Quinn Ewers. And now they have decisions to make. Right now in the building, they're trying to make a decision on, do we shake things up at the quarterback position because he's playing that bad? He's causing us to lose games. And Mike McDaniel said the number 1 indicator in wins and losses are turnovers. And Tua's turning the football over. The number 1 indicator in wins and losses are turnovers. And I'm trying to help people understand this major point as well. Go look at it. The Dolphins in their 6 losses, literally like 5 of them are less than a touchdown. And if Tua did not turn the ball over in those games, we at least would be 4-3 right now. I'm really convinced. If Tua doesn't turn the ball over like he did in those games, we are literally 4-3 at a minimum. Might even be 5-2. Real talk. The only game we would have lost anyway was probably the Colts game week 1. And outside of that, I'm going to be honest with you, all the other games were winnable for us. All the other games were winnable for us, but if he didn't turn the football over, we'd be competing at the top of the division right now. You don't turn the ball over versus the Patriots, we probably win that game. You don't turn the ball over against the Bills on the road, we were driving to win. And that crazy interception, we could have won that one too. It's crazy. You don't turn the ball over versus Carolina and bunches, we might have won that too. These are all games, if you don't turn the ball over, we probably actually win. Take it a step further. Don't throw 3 picks versus the Chargers. We win that game. Don't turn it over versus, like it's all over the place. And even the Browns, they did nothing special in that game. We literally just we were just bad. We gifted them 3 possessions. I'm not saying we would have beat the Browns anyway because it was that lopsided, but I'm sorry. Those 4 turnovers, by the way, because of the fumble too. Those 4 turnovers by Tua, it could have been a totally different game. So when people say the O-line and the defense are the reasons we lost, I'm sorry. But guess what? When you're making the most money on the team, you are the first one that we look at and say, how did he do? He's the number one factor because of the money he's making. How did he do? If you sign me to be a corner, knowing that I'm probably slow as dirt right now in my life, I ain't out there running no 4.2. I'm probably running a 13.6. I'm just playing, but yeah. But if you bring me in at the minimum, and I'm getting toasted every week, why y'all blaming me? Why y'all blaming me? You get what you paid for. But if you paying a guy $53 million to be the leader, which leadership is failing in his team right now, to not be a part of the problem, but you're one of the major contributions to the issue, not be a franchise quarterback, but we paid you as such, that's where you look first. That's the number one issue with this team. Because despite that bad defense, despite that bad O-line, you still could be winning if your quarterback just wasn't turning the ball over. And McDaniel even said, now there's several factors in these turnovers, but there's 2 that is just on the quarterback. Bad reads. It's on the quarterback. And for McDaniel to publicly, after what Tua did last week, and for McDaniel to publicly come out and say this, yeah, he's starting to distance himself. I felt it last week when Tua made his comments. They asked McDaniels, and he bluntly said, that's a player issue. Basically, they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's their business. If they feel some type of way, you felt he had to get something off his chest, that's a player situation. And now he comes with these comments and literally blames Tua. He literally blamed Tua. He literally said the number one indicator in games is turnovers. And if you're routinely affecting the football team, I don't have a choice but to assess a different player, in which he did, because he was talking about why Quinn Ewers. He had to go assess a different player because Tua is hurting the team. So the shift has started. Now, this is huge, and here's why. 2 more losses, McDaniel and Grier could be gone. Or McDaniel could be saving his job for the future by distancing himself from Tua right now. He could very well be saving his job by distancing himself from Tua with these type of comments, putting in Ewers, starting another quarterback. Now, it's going to be very interesting how they play it this week, because I know the Miami Dolphins. They're going to come back. Tua is our starting quarterback. We'll assess the film and we'll figure out how to get better. But if you're hurting the team, we have to assess a different player. Tua's week to week now, not with an injury, but his playing status. He is literally week to week. He is in a state of week to week, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how they're going to operate moving forward. So I will tell you, Tua is officially on the hot seat. If things don't get better, or they do get better, but not good enough to where it makes a difference, where he's not helping. See, it's one thing when you're not helping, but when you're helping lose, that's the problem. But if he continues down this path, it's going to make it easier for them to say Tua's not the guy. We're going to move on from him next year. We're going to eat the dead cap. And I believe that's what's coming up. Because how can you justify now the media, they are literally 98% now there to what Tua did yesterday. He just gave them all the fertilizer they needed. They already was against him what he did last week. And you come out and you double up on your performance with a terrible performance. He has zero allies now. Well, maybe one. Omar Kelly's still kicking out here. I don't know. I got to see. But his bridges are burned. He got a locker room of guys that's in the back of their head. They don't even believe in him anymore, if they ever did. But now they definitely don't believe in him. And then they have incentive not to believe in him for throwing him under the bus. And I'm going to tell you, that locker room could be getting nasty. I bet you in Miami, when they went in that locker room, it was dead silence. Let Tua crack anything. All right, guys, let's get back to work tomorrow. Shut up. I doubt he even did any of that. Nope. Because the guys ain't trying to hear it. It's blown up, ladies and gentlemen. The whole thing, it's over. Oh, winning cures all, but now you've reached a point where, yeah, let's keep trying to win, but I think our fate is sealed now. I got to be in the locker room. Players got to feel that way. And eventually, with the team full of guys on contract situations, eventually you're about to have a whole bunch of business decisions. You're going to have some business decisions. They're turning on Tua. He's going to be the scapegoat in this. There is a good chance that Mike McDaniel is the coach of the next rebuild, but they allow him to get his own quarterback. Maybe Mike McDaniel's being honest in the front office now, because vouching for Tua and all of that is a bad look on his behalf. But here's how I feel. As long as McDaniels is in that office saying, man, I'm reviewing the film. Yeah, we got problems on defense. Yeah, we could be better on the O-line. But the reality is we can still win games if Tua wasn't turning the football over. We would still win despite all of that, and that's where we're putting our money. That's what we put all of our belief on, and he's failing us. Because if he was doing his job at a high level and everybody around him wasn't, guess what? We still would be winning games. This is why I always told y'all it comes down to the quarterback. You cannot tell me that if Tua Tagovailoa was protecting the football, we wouldn't have at least 4 wins. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to believe otherwise. Y'all need to go look at our losses. Go look at our losses. All of these people y'all said, oh, the defense sold at the last minute. Guess what? Remove those 3 interceptions early, and you would have never mentioned the defense. Because we would have won by 10. The O-line, all those sacks and stuff, guess what? If Tua didn't turn the football over, regardless of the O-line, we would have still been winning. But guess what? if the defense was playing better, there ain't no guarantee we would have still been winning because our quarterback's still coughing the ball up, giving it back to him. And truth be told, defense playing better than I expected. Because if you expected anything more than what we got, then you were fooling yourself. We put all the money on offense. And then to add insult to injury, you get this news. Darren Waller suffered a pec strain in the loss to the Browns. This is why he wasn't out there as much. And now he has to undergo an MRI today. And if it's torn, it could be season ending. Psh. Is this where we are now? Like now, because if Darren Waller is out, and that's another thing. Let's be honest with you. If it wasn't for Darren Waller anyway, we'd probably be 0-7. If it wasn't for Darren Waller, we'd probably be 0-7, but some of them games would have been even worse. If it wasn't for Darren Waller, we'd be 0-7, and 2 of them losses might have been even worse. So if he's out, and this is what we got, come on, you see the writing on the wall. Shout out to Ball and B Money, just became a member with the Pro Bowl status. Salute to you. Thank you for joining the membership. And that's basically you saying you rock with what we do and you're supporting the channel. So thank you. Anybody else that want to join the membership, you have that option to hit that join button. And guess what? Current members, you also have the ability to gift memberships to other people that otherwise may not be able to join for whatever reason. So that function is there. And the Patreon is live and available as well if you want to sign up. But I appreciate your Ball and B Money. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the fam, man. So Tua, he's done in Miami. He's done. He's lost the locker room. People may not want to admit that, and then they'll try to flip it. He's lost the locker room. Nobody believes in him in the big moment. And somebody said this earlier. I was listening to him. They said, you know how a bad football player, like a guy who's not good, if he has like 5 good games in a row, you worry, oh my gosh, is he going to revert back to who he is? That's what Tua is. Because the great guys, if Josh Allen has a bad football game, you don't think like that. You automatically say to yourself, oh, well, if he has 4 bad games in a row, I know eventually he's going to get back to who he is. You see that? We don't have that confidence in Tua. If Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, any of them have 3 bad games in a row, we're like, I mean, he's due. He'll be fine. Tua have a bad game, it's like, man, how many more of these he about to put together? He have a good game, you're like, okay, when is he going to drop that bad one? You see the difference in the mindset? Because that's how you quantify knowing. This is how you quantify knowing. You know, these people that say things like, well, let's allow time to tell. Yes, I agree with that. But some of this stuff is already right smack dab in your face. You should know. Shout out to David Fisher, just became a member with the Pro Bowl status as well. Salute to my brother and God bless, man. And listen, there were too many indicators to tell you, but we just wanted to ignore it. Let's just be honest. It's time for us to just have nothing but real, raw, honest conversations. And a lot of us have to check ourselves of how wrong we were. And it's okay, but acknowledge it. But I want to show y'all how it was all around you the whole time. The first point that should have told you everything you needed to know. You judge quarterbacks when they don't have everything around them. They don't have to win, but as long as they're not helping lose, you might have something in that guy. As long as they're not helping lose, when they don't have much around them, they're making plays, they're doing all they can, and ain't nothing more they can do. That's a guy that's worth it. Tua has never been that. We have always complained about what's been around him, causing him to play at a level that's undesirable. That can only last for so long. It can only last for so long. You have to play well, even when the guys around you aren't playing well. That's what it's about. Like, I'll give you another example. Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel was garbage yesterday. And the play style and everything around him told you they just trying to make sure they protect him. But he didn't do anything to help them lose, and that's why they didn't lose. I mean, yesterday, I'm telling you, if he would have had a 2 or 3 turnover day, we wouldn't have lost yesterday. Unless, well, never mind. Unless Tua matched it, which he did anyway. So, but this is what it's about. Gabriel ain't nothing special, but why is he looking better than our quarterback yesterday? His O-line ain't no good. He's not even a great passer. But as long as he didn't turn the football over, they still won the game. As long as he didn't turn the football over and contribute negatively, as long as he didn't do that, they had a chance to win the game. That's your number one indicator, is when your quarterback doesn't have everything around him. That's how you judge quarterbacks. And stop making it about wins and losses. Make it about what you're seeing in the game. I don't have a problem if this team was losing with Tua, but he wasn't throwing picks and it was in missing reads. Then we know it's the team. But he never made it that. Number 2, when indications all around you when you should have known. I tried to teach y'all about this spot throwing. I tried to teach y'all about this timing offense. I tried to tell y'all this is a gimmick. It can only last but so long. It can only last but so long. Let me see if I can find something for y'all real quick that I was listening to. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Y'all give me one moment. I just saw this. Well, here it is. So this is a funny, interesting interview. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. I'm going to go to Shady McCoy. I'm going to show y'all something. Y'all remember Emmanuel Ochoa is a huge Tua-neer. I want y'all to hear this.
It's over with. The gig's up, bro. The coach ain't coaching the same for you. You don't got your superstar weapons no more. This is what he looks like. This is the same Tua that before McDaniel got there, we thought of him. It was so bad that the Dolphins got in trouble for tampering with trying to get Tom Brady, trying to get all these other quarterbacks, trying to get Deshaun Watson. Like, he gets concussions, he's always injured, and you can't play that well. It's like, dude, and then they pay you? Yeah. When they pay him, I couldn't believe him. Like, why they pay him? What they paying him for? I'm good on Tua. I'm good on Tua.
Ocho excuses.
I hate to say this. I hate to say it. I've been riding for Tua as long as anybody on national television.
You think?
Dolphins at least got to bench Tua if not find a way to part ways with Tua. And it's very simple why. If Tua's a cerebral quarterback and that is his strength, how can you keep throwing all
It was never his
You
strength.
got 7 picks on the season and 8 touchdowns. You're not the runner that Josh Allen is or Lamar Jackson is. Hell, you're not the runner that Justin.
Watch everything McCoy says to Ocho, because McCoy basically said, you've been driving me crazy for years with this take. You're just wrong, bro. Listen to everything Shady says and tell me I haven't been telling y'all this.
Fields is what you are supposed to be is a brilliant savant of a quarterback, Tua.
But all you're anticipating now is interceptions. I watched Tua throw a pass down the seam to a middle field safety defense. The one place you cannot throw a football versus a middle field safety defense is to the middle of the field.
Not even pre-snap read no more.
Ball right down the middle of the field versus a post safety. Easy pick. Even McDaniel with sunglasses in the rain, that didn't make any sense, so that just bothered me too. Even McDaniel was scratching his head. So if you're a Dolphins fan at this point in time, if Tua doesn't have elite athletic ability, he's supposed to have elite cerebral ability.
No.
But he's not showing his elite cerebral
He
ability.
never had it.
What ability can we hang our hat on with the Miami Dolphins? What ability can we hang our hat on with Tua right now? There is none.
Yeah. You know what, though? Why do you think he's such a smart football player?
Because he plays smart. He doesn't hold on to the ball very long. He gets it out quick. He gets it out on
That's
time.
just the basic system.
What I was always taught to 5 is yak is timing plus accuracy. Yards after catch. The equation is real simple. Timing and how accurate it is.
Yeah.
And that's why they led the league in yak all those years.
I hear all that. But before that, did you feel like he was this smart?
Dating back to college when he replaced Jalen Hurts against Georgia in the national championship game.
I'm not talking about college. Everybody's going to college.
In the pros, everywhere. He was always smart.
I don't think so. You know,
I'll prove it to you.
We can have this conversation whenever you're ready. But when I watch him play, if you watch the McDaniel's offense, the way it works is he's designed all that stuff up for you. So the dudes be open. It's like, I'm sending this guy in motion, all that crazy stuff to move the defense, right? So this guy should be there. Like a lot of stuff, real talk, is kind of simple.
No,
I don't know.
What have I told y'all? You know how they be like, our system is complicated. It's simple. It's so simple, y'all. Just go watch the film. It's really simple. It's like elementary. Like the people started this narrative of how complex it is. Maybe the terminology is complex, but the offense is simple. You're giving him options, literally. If that guy go to the flat, throw it there. If that guy stays home, throw it to the flat. If both of them stay home, you should have the wheel. It's like hike the ball, read that one guy, whatever he do opposite, and that guy should be open. The system is so simple for quarterbacks. This complexity thing that everybody been talking about, I told y'all it's been a fraud. It's not the case at all.
No. And you know how I noticed? And I won't say the player's name, but the defense.
Watch this. He actually got a player that played for Miami with Tua before, with Flores and with McDaniel. So it's a player that was on both sides of it.
Like a lot of stuff, real talk, is kind of simple. I don't know. And you know how I know this? And I won't say the player's name, but I was at a fundraiser I do every year. And a player that plays for Miami, offensive weapon. And he said, I was there with Tua before McDaniels and after him.
Yep.
Okay? Or not after, but during.
Of
and
course.
when you watch him now, it's like he's basically telling you where to throw the ball at. All that moving around, all that type of stuff. You're manipulating the defense, and you know that. Of course. McDaniels puts the defense where he wants him at.
Sure.
Thank you.
I haven't seen Tua, even before he got there, I never seen him look like at his best. At Tua's best with McDaniels, I haven't seen him look like that.
Here's what I can do. I can't now all of a sudden act like Tua's not a smart player. I know, Care Bear, you'll remember this.
I don't know where you got he was smart to begin with.
Tua's most famous play, even collegiately,
Watch this, y'all.
goes in national championship game. He throws a touchdown pass to Smitty versus Georgia. And how he do it? He didn't do it with that incredibly smart arm. He didn't evade a couple defenders or create a couple defenders. No.
Yep.
He looked off the safety, which Jalen Hurts
Looked off the safety.
When Jalen was back at Alabama. He looks off the safety, holds a half-field safety, turns and rips a dart to Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Alabama goes on to win. Tua's done the same thing in the National Football League.
Yep.
He's always been able to outsmart defenders. But if Tua cannot outsmart a defender,
I don't
then
believe
he
that.
cannot beat the defender.
Listen, I don't want to go to college because I watch some dudes that can't read nothing. Justin Fields can read in college. I don't know if you know that or not.
Everybody was open to shady crossers, verts.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Justin Fields can read all type of
What's
defense
your
in college.
point, Shady?
Okay,
What's
When
your
you got
point?
Darren Wilson against me and you out there.
Right. In the pros, though, I can't say with McDaniel. I don't. Other than McDaniel as his head coach, as his offense coordinator, I don't know how well he can read because I got guys that play when they say he can't. And if you really watch his offense, it's designed, it's set up for you.
The man just said guys that play with him say he can't. I've been telling y'all this for the longest, man. He's not processing the field. The offense gives him options, and he just lets it fly in that option. And this is why those interceptions, when they take away those few options, he just fires it to that next It's like going through progressions mentally, but not physically. Like, I know where my number 3. And matter of fact, let me just get it there in the spot, because if these two aren't open, then the third one should be, right? Pick. When the first one not open, the other one has to be right, picked. He's not processing. And when things were going well, when people were running a base cover 2 and there were windows in the zone you could throw, he had no worry in the world. Hike the ball, linebacker went out, let it fly in that spot. Caught it in the middle of that gap on the cover 2, run up the field. And it was all pretty. Everybody winning. Tight end slips. You got you worried about everything. The speed and the motion, take it off down field, guys bailing just to make sure they don't get beat deep. Wide open middle, hitting them all day. Everything is all good. Now players don't have to worry about that speed motion, because you can move forward before that speed motion. Go back 3 years ago, we were moving every bit of forward. These guys were already shifting and turning up before the ball was even snapped. That's why the league brought it up. That's why they start paying attention to it. It was because of Miami. That's why they start low-key calling it the cheat motion. Ain't no more cheat. You got to stand still so you don't get that burst of speed on defenders anymore. So what do? Let's not worry as much about the deep ball. We'll always have somebody back there to cover it, but we're going to clog the middle. Now do your little bubble screens. We'll collapse on them. You can get your little 3, 4, 5, 6 yards here and there. And on occasions, you'll break for 12. And you want to beat us? Make Tua mobile, make him throw outside the numbers, and make him throw outside the numbers while he's outside the numbers. That's the key. You notice everything going over the middle is a interception risk now. Everything going over the middle is a risk of an interception now. Every time it gets picked, you notice 3 guys by the football. You see where the problem is? Every interception, go look at it, within 5 yards, you got 3 defenders. They clog in the middle, beat us outside all day. But when you done taught a middle of the field playbook for so long, you can't just scrap it all. You can call some plays outside with bubble screens, tight ends flexing out. But eventually, you're going to call one of them plays that you used to. And those are the ones getting picked off. The truth is, with the way Tua is now, you got to – and people think this is the same playbook from 3 years ago. It's not, because the whole league done figured that out. McDaniel running other wrinkles and trying to do play like fake the handoff. He trying to do all the other stuff now, because they done figured out the first stuff. Now you can't bludgeon the team with the other stuff because it starts getting repetitive. So you got to dig in that old bag here and there because it's what everybody knows. Then you add the fact that you ain't got constant receivers. So who all knows what assignment? Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get worse. If Waller is out, then you got Washington hurt too. I don't know how banged up he is. It's going to get worse. And they're going to let Tua take the ship down. They're going to allow it. Because the media is turning on Tua. Now McDaniel has to do his job and make sure that he not a casualty of it, because they turning on him too, but he could easily deflect like what he did yesterday. I had to assess another player because you're constantly hurting the team, Tua. That's what's happening.
That's my take on it.
Both things are true. The offense is absolutely set up in Miami.
Come on, man.
Right now, either way, we're saying
Is that okay? Mike McDaniel's his offense, is it a quarterback-friendly offense?
Hell yes.
Absolutely. Okay.
The most.
All right. So if it's a quarterback-friendly offense and I'm not the smartest and all that, and I don't have the biggest arm and I'm really not really that good, I would look better. Because before he got there, they was trying to get any quarterback to come over there.
They were.
Old-ass Fitzpatrick was trying to – everybody. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
Come on, man. I'm telling you.
At the
you
end
don't
of the
want to
day,
believe it.
You and I have reached
Tyreek Hill came over there.
You
now you got Waddle, so you look great.
You and I reached the same conclusion. Should the Dolphins try to trade him or just bench him and give him a hard reset?
Who would want him though? What coach trying to win games will want him?
Watch this great point.
Super soft in the cold. He got
Fact.
little arms.
Fact.
He can't throw far.
Facts.
Right? I don't know how well he can read because McDaniel before him, he wasn't read anything. And you always got an excuse. I never seen a quarterback go up there. You played shitty all game, and then you get on there at the podium and you blaming everybody else, and then you telling the secrets in the locker room to the media. What dude or what owner or what coach or what GM will want Tua on their team?
Facts.
You tell me, because I'll wait. I'll wait. Matter of fact, who's he playing better than right now?
Dang.
Geno Smith?
Geno Smith.
Justin
Geno,
Fields?
yeah, Geno Smith.
Geno and Justin.
Ain't a lot of dudes though.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
They at the same table playing the same cards because they all in the same boat.
They involved in the ass off.
Yeah. That's cheek, right?
But you know why though? I gave you that take because he loves Tua.
Yeah.
And I used to always feel like, why you like him so much?
Yeah, he's a cerebral guy. Like that.
He's
That's
not
what he
that cerebral. Stop
Yes,
saying
He's
that.
not
Like,
cerebral.
that's what he showed in college. And
That's
I think
what he showed in the
that
league.
gives-
No, he
That's
didn't.
That's what he showed in the league too, Shady.
No.
Really bad now. Don't try to act like he ain't what he is.
I watched so many players be with a good scheme at running back, wide receiver, quarterback, and they look great. And then you see them without that, and they can't get 1,000 yards. They can't get touchdowns. You know, they give you picks, and they get benched. And Tua's one of them.
Yeah. It's possible. We did see another quarterback
What's up,
get
the chat?
in.
Does the chat say anything?
The chat going crazy. We got
Sam Darnold trained through and through, right?
And good. Are you worried? Because you know Justin Jefferson?
Of course.
Okay. Good quarterback. Patrick.
Yeah, that's what it
We get
is.
to the playoffs. That's why last year with Sam Darnold, I wasn't surprised.
it's time for him to hang it up with his long-term national championship.
See, Webby got a good point.
Yeah.
Tua ain't, it's a couple things. One, Tua really ain't been the same since all them concussions. And
Yeah.
also, Tua don't play a brand of football that's sustainable. He's
No.
small, like Shady said.
Not at the NFL level.
Not
No.
at the NFL level, bro.
Why can't we just say and simplify it? He is not that good. That's
Because he
No, he's
was.
not. He
He
was
was in
good
the
at one
MVP
point.
race 2 years ago. 36 touchdowns, I think 8
and
picks.
why was that? It ain't. It's like for you to be good, you need all this stuff to work for you. You need this coach and these players. You need all this to work for you. That's what I'm saying. Like he think I'm being funny, but I'm not. It's okay for people not to be as good as you want them to be.
That's fair.
That's life.
But Tua was good.
How good?
Top 10 for
Top-
like 3
top-
years straight.
yeah. Top 10. He was a top 10 quarterback. Not 3 years straight. He was top 10 1 year.
No.
Tua's a really good system guy. He's a system guy.
No.
He's a little good
He was
system
top 10
guy.
1 year. I wouldn't have taken him over. I can name you 10 guys that I would have taken
Right, there
over
were
him.
3. Keep going.
What, 3 years ago? I mean, he wasn't top 10.
he
I
loves Tua.
know you like Tua, but never was he.
Right.
Maybe 1 year.
Tua led the league in passing.
we
in
go.
2023.
Yes.
29 tugs, 14 picks.
Awesome.
The year before, 25 tugs, 8 picks, 3,500 yards in 13 games.
You're not moving me.
Ain't moving me.
You're
at
not
all.
moving me, man. I'm sorry. Like he can have great numbers. You would take him over Matthew Stafford any year of his professional career.
No, I said top 10,
Okay.
not top 5.
Okay. You take him over. I could name you 10 quarterbacks you would not take him over at any point.
There were years
you
you
taking
were
him over Jalen Hurts?
There was 1 year.
Are you taking over Jalen Hurts? Simple question.
No, because he's gonna be healthy.
Okay. Are you taking him over Justin Herbert?
I would have took him over Herbert and Dak for those 2 years.
You're out of your mind.
And for those 2
You're
years.
out of your mind.
That's a nice song too.
You're out of your mind.
All right, man. Shady understands, man. All these titles they gave him that you saw they were backtracking. Well, he was always this and that. Well, he was in college. He had 4 wide receivers that all were first round picks. Wide open every game. Wide open every game. And that made him, he was a great processor in college. Like, people, I just don't get it. I understand the notion when you're a fan and you ride with a guy, you make a take about a guy, and then when it don't work out, you try to defend the take by blaming everybody else. No, man, just like Shady said, why can't we just realize Tua ain't good enough? He's just not good enough. He never was and never will be. He's just not built like that. And I know some people hate to put conclusions on other people. Who am I to say what he'll never be? Yeah, who are we to say it? Just us making our opinions. It's up to him to go show us otherwise. But now here we are in year 6, and it's getting worse and worse. We're not allowed to just call it what it is. Yeah, we should be able to. Okay. Shout out to Glenn with the 5 donated memberships, man. He just gifted 5 memberships on the channel. Salute to you, Glenn. Thank you for the love and support. Delusional Patriots fan. Jabu Rahat 129, The Bears TV, Tucker, Tim, and Trey 305, New Finland. All y'all were gifted a membership courtesy of Glenn, a longstanding member himself on the channel. Salute to you, Glenn. Thanks for showing love to the community as a whole. All right. Shout out to Carrie P. Said, why did it take Fins Brass so long to see this? For me, this is the bigger problem with the team and organization. No lies told. But you know what? It's always going to take longer to see your decision was bad. You're going to defend your decision or try to make it work. The problem is real leadership, real maturity, and doing your job is recognizing where to cut bait. And I think they're 2 years past that. And that's the problem. They are 2 years removed from that. Why? Because they built this thing off of a false narrative and a false premise to begin with. That's part of the bigger issue. They built this thing under the notion that Tua Tagovailoa is a franchise quarterback, and we're going to prove it, and we're going to build around him and show everybody. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, the way that the Dolphins built around Tua Tagovailoa, y'all need to recognize they did tons. They did tons, y'all. You cannot sit here and tell me that the Miami Dolphins didn't put a roster together that was better than the one that Drake May has right now. That was better than the one that the New York Giants have right now for Jackson Dart. You cannot tell me the roster we put together over the last 4 years, 2 or 3 of those rosters weren't better than some of these other teams right now. Better than the roster Bo Nix has. Better than a lot of these rosters out here. Right now, it's terrible. But don't forget, they're like literally, this roster was loaded. We had 2 good corners. We had a defensive front. Linebackers have always been iffy, but we had safeties in the back. We had O-line that everybody liked to poop on, because I remember when Austin Jackson was healthy, Teron Armstead was on the other side, Robert Hunt was at right guard holding it down. You had Connor Williams playing some of the best center play. Only thing that was up and down was the left guard. 1 position out of 5. We had Tyreek Waddle. You had Mostert and A-Chain. Like y'all, they did their job. So what? It wasn't perfect. It ain't perfect for nobody out here. Look at this mess. Jalen Hurts last week, they say he got exposed. I was concerned he got exposed. Ooh, they shutting Saquon Barkley down and they forcing you to throw the football and you having a bad game. Then he come back this week in a tough game and he say, you know what? I'm not going to repeat that. Everybody has bad games, but let me show y'all what I made out. Then he goes out there and throw the rock all over the field and get the W. Don't have that. We're not saying be perfect. Everybody going to have bad games. Hurts had one last week. Herbert had one yesterday. But these guys ain't having 4 or 5 bad games like in a 6-game stretch. No. And that's the problem. And Tua doesn't just turn the ball over in bunches. He had bad games in bunches too. Tua going home to his babies. Meanwhile, Tom Brady lost his marriage striving for greatness. Everybody not built for it. Listen, man, everybody got to make their own decision. Everybody's dynamic is different. I can't judge his dynamic. He got to make whatever decision he want to make. But what I will tell you is we need somebody that want to live, sleep, breathe football, man. It's that simple. Hurts first 300 game in 22 games. Yeah, but that still ain't an indication of how he's played. He's had some amazing games. And if you say in 22 games, then go to the Super Bowl. He was phenomenal in the Super Bowl. If he ain't hit 300, it's okay. You don't have to hit 300 yards again in the Super Bowl to be a great quarterback. You just got to not be the reason your team loses every week. A part of the reason. Oh, boy. This is our Dolphins. And it's stuff like this that upsets me, but it's so true. Let me put it up. Maybe, here it is. Stuff like this, man. Patch doing it faster says it all. See, that was my biggest fear in all of this. Letting the Jets or the Patriots catch up and figure out their future before us. And they did. See, they got them a guy. Like he's allowed to have 2 bad games at this point. He building credit. Drake May out here building credit. If he go out there and stink up the next game, it's okay. Obviously, you don't want him to, but it's okay if you're a Patriots fan. This is what I'm talking about. But the more great games he stack up, the more he shows you with less around him, he can do some carrying. But don't take it for granted. Go ahead and load me up like they loaded Tua up. Like some of these guys that they had, Tyreek and Waddle, man, come on, man. Crazy work, man. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. I'm about to get up out of here. Wanted to drop this one on y'all. We're going to have a lot to talk about. So sad, another rebuild. Wow, what a waste of years. Yeah, I told y'all. We shouldn't even be shocked. But here we are. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all later today. I'll come back at you. I'm going to be up on all the news and the latest, and we're going to be dropping it, talking about everything because we getting closer to something happening. But I think it's going to happen in 2 weeks. We'll see. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Fins up no matter what. Peace. I am out.